Hello there. I can't stop yawning. I've just managed to stop. So, hello to you. Welcome to my channel, New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. And today I'm going to catch you up on things that are going on here. Some of you I know have been away for Christmas, so you might have missed a few episodes, side episodes all over Christmas. So I'm going to catch you up randomly throughout other items on today's live stream. And first of all, I think we will start with this. Okay, today's question is this, and it's a true answer. How many crayons do Crayola make a day? So the company Crayola that makes crayons, how many crayons do they make a day? Ooh. If you're watching live, then you can put your answer in the chat. If you're watching this back later, see if you can think of the answer before I put the answer in this live. I'm so tired. Forgive me, I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm saying. Why am I so tired? Well, I have a new regime. Sort of, I started it last year because I don't believe in starting things new year. I believe if we're going to start a regime, just start it. Don't say, oh, I'll start it on Monday. Just start now. So I did talk a little bit about some of my ideas, and I want to balance things in my life better. So I've picked three or four things that I really want to focus on. But instead of just focusing on them, I find I do something that I think, oh, I haven't done my YouTube videos, or I do my YouTube videos and I'm really getting on well, setting up things for that channel and filming and editing. And I'm like, oh, I haven't practiced any Greek. So I want to choose my main concepts that I want to do and balance them out. And the way I've done that, I don't want to do everything every day. There's not enough time for a start, but I want to, by doing different things on different days, it kind of gives me full focus on that. And then I look forward more, I found, to doing the things I do on the other days. So, for example, if I was just gardening all day, every day, that would be very tiresome in the end, physically, as well as mentally. So I want to balance it out. So what my plan is, Mondays, because I do a live on this channel, for me it's 5:30 in the evenings. For you, it's, well, for most of you watching, it's your early morning, but for me it's 5:30 in the evenings. So I call that now a work day, and work day means YouTube, doing things for YouTube. I don't get paid very much. In fact, I get paid about every 6, 7, 8 months or more. So it's not an income, but I like to focus on that. So I've divided it up even more, that Monday is a focus on this channel only, which means I actually post 3 videos a week on this channel. So I am going to do, and I have been doing, I film if it needs filming, or edit 3 videos for New Beginnings on a Monday. So all those channels I hear out there, oh, it takes me 7 hours to do a video. So you're using the wrong editing program. That's all I can say. So Mondays now I do 3 videos completely ready. So if I need to film them, then I have to do that as well. But Mondays is New Beginnings. And you will see I post shorts every day on all my channels. And what I'm going to now call my work days, I also do community post on this channel and Tranquility. Then Tuesday, I need a break. I need a break from computer and all that. Oh, and I catch up because it's a work day. It's anything on computer. So I catch up with my Gmails, your comments, all that thing. So for me, that's a work day, and 50 million copyright strikes. But that's coming up later. You'll see a video on that, what's going on with that. I'm up to 208 copyright strikes, which aren't correct. So I have to deal with those, but that's another story. So Mondays is what I call work day, which means Tuesdays, I'm desperate to get outside. I'm an outdoor person. So I want to also get fit. So my first target is sorting out my YouTube and all my odds and ends on computer. So that's sorted. Tuesday, I want to get fit, but I want to get fit in fun ways. So Tuesday, when I get up, I want to go for a long walk. And this Tuesday, I'm trying to find different routes up my mountain and different areas around my mountain where I haven't been before. Or there's one walk I do to the ravine. Now, I've always had to backtrack from there because obviously a ravine, you fall off the end of it. So I've been trying to find another route. So I found where I thought is possible because I use geocaching maps. And some of you say use Google Maps or anything like that. They don't show my mountain tracks. It just shows nothing. So my geocaching maps do show me every single track. Sometimes you'll see it and it's literally like this. You can't tell on the map if you can get through it, if there's growth over it, but you have some idea. It might be a little track that a goat's made. If the goats walk the same route all the time, they wear a little skinny path down, but I can walk those. So Tuesday, I thought, right, I'm going to where I think I might be able to come out because I walk this way to the ravine and then I know I can go this way and that way. So I've tried to link the two together, but where can I link it? Because obviously the ravine, you can't just walk along the edge of the ravine. There's, as I say, great big trees and bushes and land, other people's land. So, and I found a route through. I didn't quite get it right, but I got back to where I wanted to get to. So I'm quite visual. So I have to physically see somewhere. So I can always see on a map, oh, maybe if I go there, but I physically have to see that bit and do it. Then I remember what's around me. Then next time from there, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's that there. Now I can try this. And I've found that instead of connecting, which I would do for another walk, I can actually possibly go further up the mountain. It's so steep. This is why I'm tired. It's steep, a steep, sheer mountainside. It's not like rubble climbing, but it is a sheer slope. And I've looked on the map and it looks like if I go further up, it looks like a possible ruin, an old building ruin, but it looks quite a long way. I'm not very good at judging distances on maps and whatever and calculating them, so I just walk them. So I may try that next time and see if there's a ruin up there. So of course I'll be filming it for you. I will film that for you. So Tuesdays are walks and the afternoon is whatever I want to do, but it's got to be something progressive. This Tuesday, I actually went out. I've started to get all my hugelkultur beds ready for transplanting. So I did 3 beds, 3 of those. There's loads of them. There's 20 something beds, hugel beds, forget everything else, my raised beds, there's about 20 something hugel beds. 3 of them are done, and what I decided to do was start with the worst beds, and then if I get fed up, the other beds aren't too bad. So 3 of those are ready, so I can do whatever I want, but it's got to be something progressive. Oh, I forgot to mention Wednesday night, so after I finish here, which is about 6:30 at night for me, instead of just sitting in front of the TV, yes, the TV's on because Mike watches it. I say TV, it's on computer, things that we want to watch, films and TV programs and things. I do something else at the same time. And at the moment, I'm doing some Greek. I'm doing a very hard book of Greek because I can watch and do something else at the same time, as long as it's not physical. With my hands, I can do that at the same time. Tuesdays, the evening, when I get together with Mike, I will do something like my embroidery. I can't do my cross stitch because I have to lay that out on a big table and follow the pattern, but the embroidery I can just sit and do. So I did that on Tuesday. Wednesdays is back to a office day or work day, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm doing now is I have to do one video for my dance channel, edit it, film it, edit it, and 2 for Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty channel. So again, that's 3 videos. So Monday I have to get 3 videos done. On Wednesday I have to get 3 videos done. I use the word have to. I choose to, but that's how many I put out a week. So Wednesdays I do that. So today I went down to the studio as soon as I was up, and I actually filmed 2. I filmed 2 videos. I don't have to edit the 2, but I need to get 2 filmed. Why do I need to film 2 when I only need 1 a week? Well, that is because when we get to certain seasons, it's very hard to film down there. So, for example, in the summer when it's intense heat, who wants to be doing a full-scale dance tutorial? And also in the winter, if it got really cold or really wet, I don't want to be down there. I can't really film if it's raining and thundering or whatever else. So I double up on the amount I need. So I double up with that. And then by doubling up with that, I have got, it's not like my normal channel here where you've got to be seeing the right things at the right time. Dance tutorials, I can film anything at any time. So I did that, and then I came back, got all those edited. So 3 lots of editing done. And then, as I say, same as Monday, really. I get all my Gmails answered and all my comments answered. Anything else I need to do on video. On Monday, I have to post as well. I have to post on Monday. I post on Monday, schedule them for Wednesday and Friday. That's in case I'm sick. You always get your videos. No posting on Wednesdays. And then Thursday is a bit like a Tuesday. It will be some form of exercise, probably not another walk, but I could do another walk or something else, some form of exercise, and maybe gardening or anything else I need to or want to do. So it's like another fun day. I forgot to say as well, Wednesday, which is a work day. Work days are Greek nights. So they're Monday and Wednesday when I do my intense Greek study. So Thursday's more whatever day. Friday, I schedule my posts for Mondays. So they're scheduled for Mondays. I do big water of my garden, but obviously that's seasonal. In the summer, I have to water every single day, but this is currently. And Friday, my 2 p.m. is when I do a live on Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. So in the morning, I'll just be doing the big water, which takes hours, and a few odds and ends. And of course, posting. And then after my live, which is 2 p.m. for me on a Friday, Mike goes out and does the food shopping. So I will do a narration. If I need to do any narration things, that's the only time I can do narration things. And then Saturday and Sunday are garden days and cross stitch on maybe a Sunday, but garden things. So bit busy here. I'm only through first week of really intense doing that, and of course other things will crop up, but that is my plan. Stephen Tina Jill in the house saying good morning to you, my friend. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. Steve saying hi to you. And let's go back and catch up with our puzzle piece of the day and see if you can get the answer. The company Crayola that makes crayons, how many crayons do they make per day? And that is my puzzle piece for you today. Steve's feeling well. Very good. That's very good to hear. You're feeling well. Jolly good. Okay, let's do another catch up. Let's do this. So the update on my cross stitch, how it's going so far. Any guesses yet as to what it is? As I say, it's something very specific. So as I say, for examples, if you think it's, a lady's face, well, it's going to be someone very specific, such as the Mona Lisa painting, for example. So it's very specific. And as I say every time, the bottom line is not the bottom, it's the middle. That is the middle. So it's something very specific. If you think it's a building, don't just say, oh, it's a house. It might be a very specific house. So that's what we're looking for, very specific answers. So that's how we're doing on that. Sorry, it's a little bit crooked for you. There we go. There. As you see, I'm coming along with it. The dark colours, they're very hard to do. And I noticed on the pattern, there's a huge amount of dark over here. Huge amount of dark. Whether they're all the same shade, I don't know. But on the actual picture of the whole thing, a huge amount of dark. So I think I might try and get across to that bit so I can do some of it, so I'm not sitting there doing tons and tons of the dark all in one go. So yes. Yes. Steve said no idea yet. No. We had some guesses, I think last week someone made a guess of something. And I actually said what I thought it looked like last week. So it's hard to guess. It's quite big, I think, this one, and the stitches are teeny weeny stitches. Okay, let's move on to Quote Corner for Wednesdays, maybe at the weekend, or maybe Friday. Friday, maybe I can get round to doing new Quote Corners, we'll see. And as I say, what I do with all these quote corners, I just put them in a file when I've finished using them. And on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, when I've got enough, I make a whole video just of all the quotes that I've used. Okay, let's have a look at this. So I'm still obviously on this big thick book. I haven't really read much lately. This is probably a weekend thing now. So The World's Greatest Unsolved Mysteries. And as I said to you, the first one was really good. I might actually do it on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. I might read it and put it up as a mystery. What are your thoughts to this mystery? Because I like the first one a lot. The others are like, yeah, they're okay. But the first one was really good. So I might read it. I'm not sure what to do while I'm reading it. You don't want me to just sit there. Just sit there reading it. What can I put on for background while I'm reading it? I don't know. I don't want to film something. What can I have as the background? Because nothing will go with it. Think I'll just like all my wildflowers or something like that, but it doesn't go with it. What's your suggestions? If I read this, sit here and read it, you don't want me sitting here reading it. What do you want as a visual while I'm reading it? I don't want nasty things, but anything else isn't really appropriate, is it? Maybe one of my walks. So you just see walking, and then people go, what's that to do with it? Yeah, what can I do when reading it? It's not very long, the first one. So, yeah, what's your suggestions? What would you like visually while I'm reading the first one? And as I say, they're all quite short. So I've read that much. I've probably read, I don't know, 7, I'm guessing, 7 different ones so far. Let's see what page that is. That's page 59. So I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm on the 13th one. So that's how short they are to read. And one relates to another one, which is quite interesting as well. So yeah, good read. I think I actually like it that they are little short things. We are actually back at the hospital on Saturday. It's a bit heavy to take with me. Maybe I'll take it. I'm expecting Mike to be a bit in and out this time because it's not an operation. It's the final checkup of the second operation. And then we will have news, hopefully, about when he can start the third operation, which is a different operation. But a specialist comes from Greece to do the second type of operation he needs. So he might just do the checkup on Saturday, and then he might say, come again for an appointment with this other guy, the surgeon that does the glaucoma one. The ones he's had are the cataracts. So now the glaucoma, for some reason, a man comes from Greece to do those. So this might, as I say, just be a final checkup and okay, but then he might have to come back and see the other one rather than get an appointment to have the surgery. So Mike's saying, oh, maybe I have to go back in February. Quicker we get these next 2 done, the better. He's going crazy because although he's fine, he now can't see at all with his glasses. And he wears his glasses all the time. He can't see with his glasses. He said it's worse wearing glasses than not wearing glasses, but because he needs glasses all the time. He can drive, but he can't see clearly as in writing, or so he's very limited as to what he can do. So bless him, he's very limited. So he said, oh, I want to just go and get some more glasses. But I know with the cataracts, they said you don't do that. They've got to settle down for at least 2 months and then you can get glasses. But because he's having the glaucoma, 2 operations of glaucoma done, 1 on each eye, I don't know. He says, I don't think that will affect the type of glasses you have. Because they say when you have your cataracts done, you won't go back to the same glasses you had before. You won't need them as strong. You'll need a different one. So he wants to go and get glasses. But I said, I don't know. Does glaucoma affect your vision like that? So if so, he's got to wait and get glasses after those 2 operations. So I said, well, ask on Saturday, because we can't throw money away at getting in between glasses. Colin laying in the sun while reading. I'm seeing my surgeon today. Poor Mike. No, poor Steve. Yes, how are you doing? How are you doing with your leg? It's a slow process, isn't it? Slow process to recovery. So it was quite good, really, because he could do the strimming. I think I said before, he's been strimming the grass because we have rain. Rain, so we have grass and grass grows. We don't have grass for long. So he's been strimming that, and they said, oh, what else can I do? What else can I do? Now, my job is raking the grass. I can't use strimmers or anything like that. So he strims it. And I said, well, you could rake. You could rake. He's like, yes, I want to do that. I thought, gosh, you must be desperate to do something. So I've been doing all my growings and my seedlings and transplanting and everything. That saved me a lot of time. So he's raked what he's what he's strimmed. And that was really handy. That was really good. So he's done that. And then the other day, it was when I was doing all my hugel beds, getting those ready, the first 3. I could hear him doing something, and he can't do anything that he likes to do, like screwing things and making things and fixing things. So he can't do anything small. So I went to see what he's doing, and he's doing all my maintenance work. He's gone and cut all the trees back so he could do big stuff. So I was like, yes. Yes. So he's like groundsman, which is my job. So yes. Steve said about his leg. Knee goes some funny colours at times and still limited walking. Have they changed since your last video where you showed the percentage of the bend? Have they changed that since, or is that what you're doing today? Hopefully they're, if anyone doesn't know, it's the amount that the contraption allows Steve's knee to bend, and it's, tell me, Steve, what it is. I can't remember, but it's only a small amount at the moment. Today. Oh, good luck with that then, because I know you want it to be able to bend a little more. I said before about my knee operation. I don't know if you was around where I was talking about that, possibly. And with that, I couldn't bend my knee at all. I didn't have any contraption on it, and I couldn't bend it at all after the operation. Knees are funny things. They take so long to bend again. And in the end, they said, what you have to do is sit on the edge of a table with your legs hanging down, obviously one sticking out, and you just have to get your other ankle over this ankle, the one that won't bend, and just kind of keep trying to force it. And I said it felt like impossible to bend, like you're saying, bend here, bend the middle of your arm. And you're like, that's impossible. That's exactly what it felt like, trying to bend here. And they said, yeah, with your leg that's sticking out, when you sit on the side of the table, hook the other ankle over the non-bendy leg, ankle, and then just keep pressurizing down like that. But Steve can't do that because he's in a contraption. 40 degrees. Okay, 40 degrees. Let me know what you changed to. That sounds a lot, but I know it's not a lot at all, 40 degrees. Wow. But yeah, Steve was saying on his video that even that little bit that they've loosened the joint of the contraption up made such a difference between having the like stiff leg all the time. It's a bit of a slightly more natural position. Oh, poor Steve. Poor Steve. Okay, reminder of my puzzle piece for today. The Crayola Crayon Company. How many crayons does it make per day? That's my puzzle piece for today. So I'll leave that leave that out, puzzle piece, on my laptop, or I will forget to give you the answer. And let's do, where are we? Let's do, there. I was looking what letter to play the intro of for you. There. Okay, let's do some Q&A. Let me get my questions. I'm going to do a little bit of Q&A. Steve says, forcing last time, ending with it letting go. Righty-ho. Wow. Okay, some Q&A. Let's see. Oh, this is a hard one. What is the craziest thing you have ever seen and done? Let's think about what I've ever seen first. Probably not the craziest, but we were driving not long when we first came out here, and we were following a truck, I think of sand, something very fine, might have been very fine. I don't think it was shingle. Let's say it was sand. A great big, the huge, tall trucks with the massive wheels, a really big one. And it had just driven out of the place, the yard where they have all the building materials, and as it drove out, it turned the corner and it came in front of our car as we're driving down the road, and we followed it down, and I went, oh, that's not good. And the little flappy bit, some have a flap that shuts but then it opens and then they tip the sand out. The flappy bit wasn't quite shut. And as it starts driving down the road, you can imagine. So we're flashing and flashing and flashing it. So that was quite bizarre. I don't know if that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I do, on my community post on this channel, funny signs. And some of those are absolutely crazy, some are like really weird. So if you haven't seen them, go on my community post on this channel. There's loads of them. Just keep scrolling down. There's other things in between, but mostly it's funny signs, and there's some crazy, crazy things there. What else? Crazy things. I've been watching a video of, how packaging things in like food items and whatever come in bigger size packets, but there's far less in them than there ever was. And it says now bigger size bag. Yes, the bag is bigger. That's how they get around these things, those kind of things. Or there's been a lot on that video. It's a really long video, and it's where people have, let's say, a deodorant, ladies deodorant, where it comes like a roll-on deodorant, and then they show you, they cut it all apart, and they show you that inside the small deodorant bottle, it's only about this much, and the rest is empty plastic. Those kind of things. I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely crazy how people can get away with these sort of things really these days. And we were talking on my last live about the AI advertising, that you can show something as AI and be selling it as a real item. I think that's crazy. That's got to be the craziest thing that's going on at the moment, I would say. And what's the craziest thing I've ever done? I wouldn't really say it's crazy. I wouldn't say it's crazy, but I've talked about this before, that when I was at stage school, it was during the era of Fame. So we would go over for our lunch. Across the road was a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we'd go across, and there was like a silver barrier where you would weave to get to the counter. and we used to mess about and put our legs up on it and do all the stretching and that. And people were like, oh, it's like fame. We went, yes, we really do this sort of thing and dance in the street because we all had our leg warmers and that on. I'd say I did more funny things and crazy. Done anything crazy? Well, if I have, I'm not going to share them with you. Oh, I have to think about that one. There's probably quite a few things. I'll have to think about that. Let me know what your crazy things are. If you're watching this back later, don't forget to comment. What else? Let's pick another question. If you didn't need money or a job, what would you be doing? So basically, if you could do anything regardless of needing money or going to work, what would it be? I would have said in the past just living on like a desert island, something like that. But I've told you why I didn't move to some of my favourite countries and live that lifestyle, because I really wanted everyday life rather than every day being a similar sort of life. Steve says, a house that had a hoarder with 2 foot of garbage on top of the floors. Oh, I've seen some of those. Drawers with bird seeds to feed the rats. Oh, that's crazy. I've not seen that. The smell made me throw up. Oh, you've seen that? I thought at first you meant on TV or something. Oh, you've actually seen it in person. House that had a hoarder with 2 foot of garbage. We've all seen those programs. I thought that was what you were talking about. On top of the floors, drawers with birdseed to feed the rats. I think that's got to win. The smell made me throw up. Also had dozens of cats and dogs. I cleaned it up. Oh, wow, Steve. Wow. I don't think we can beat that one. It's a birdseed bit that gets me. It was your job. Oh, bless you. Bless you. It's very hard with hoarders to make them let go, isn't it? And I know a lot of people hoarded because of poverty and like during the war. Let's say I know a lot of Jewish people from wartime became hoarders because they were afraid to let anything go. Old people, sometimes it's their partner dies and they don't want to lose anything else. So it's not a mental problem, which a lot of people think it is. Sometimes it can be, but more often than not, it's trauma. It's trauma that causes it. And well, yours knows, Steve, as it was your job, a lot of them actually make pathways through the house. And I've seen on videos where they can't even get on their bed anymore. That kind of thing. I think it's sad. It's like newspapers. A lot of them save every single newspaper. Not for any reason. They just save every newspaper. Yeah, it's very sad. And as I say, it's very difficult for people to go in and help them, because you're basically ripping away their security, I would say. But as Steve will probably tell you, some of them, well, they need doing. So, wow. Wowza. So, yes, the next question was, if you didn't need money or a job, what would you be doing now? If you could buy things, I would have like a butler, not a butler, a PR person, a PA, not a PR, a PA, personal assistant. I would have a cook. I've always said I didn't want a cleaner, but now I can't do it all myself. So a cleaner. But that wasn't really the question. If you could be doing anything, what would you be doing? I think I'll pretty much be as I am, to be fair. but with assistance. With assistance. Steve said, found a made bed in one room under the trash. Yes. Oh, I would never guess this, Steve. Steve said what he would be doing if, he could be doing anything. He would manage a safari camp in Africa. That's cool. Have you seen my safari video on my other channel? When I went to safari, it wasn't in Africa. It's an island, a whole island that is safari. So the animals can't get off, but there are no fences or anything. You have to check that out. If you want the URL for that, I will. It's actually off of Cuba. It's an island off of Cuba, and that is a full safari. Like they let the animals be natural there. Yes, we were talking about I need help. Talking about I need help. Got a parcel today. Got a parcel from my last volunteers, and I filmed it. Opening it because I didn't know what was in it. So I filmed opening it, and I'm not going to edit it yet because I've actually asked Stephanie what some of the things are, how to prepare certain things that are in there and whatever else. And so I'm going to wait for that. Then I can tell you that in the video as well, because I might have got a few things wrong, what I think they are. So I want her to clarify a couple of things. I've also seen on the packet what I wasn't sure what something was, and I said what I thought it was. As I'm looking and showing Mike what was in the package, I realise I've got something wrong, so I will add that. And then I also want to do a taste test of all of the things, so I will add that all in, so it will be one video of the foods that were in the package. So that would be really cool. Let me see, I'll give you my puzzle corner one more time, and then I'll do the answer in a minute. The Crayola Crayon Company, the factory where they make the crayons, how many crayons do they make per day? I'll give you the answer in a minute. Let's do a bit more Q&A first. Who was your best and your worst teacher? And it doesn't have to be at school. Who was your best and your worst teacher? If you've been watching my childhood memory videos on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, you will see that I have talked about both of them in different episodes. So my best school teacher was Mrs. Rye, who was my very first school teacher, and the reasons for that were in the video. And my worst, well, if you look at the episode where I talk about my trauma, you will see my worst teacher and what happened. And that was also first school, infant school, and that was in the last year of the infant school. So that was before you go to middle school or junior school, as we called it then. Steve's guessing. Is that 1,000? No, that's 1,000,000. I think that's 1,000,000. 1,000,000. I can't see how many noughts there are. I think that's 1,000,000. I think you're saying 1,000,000. Isn't that 1,000,000? Yes, that's 1,000,000. You're way off, Steve. You're way off. Steve says, I had good teachers. I was just a bad student. What about best teachers of other things? Best teachers of other things. Dance teachers. Obviously, I went to stage school. Are your best teachers the ones you actually, in hindsight, learnt a lot from? Or are they just your favourite teachers that you got on with? Because my favourite teacher at stage school, I probably learnt the least from. So we won't name that person because they were lovely. in hindsight, although it was when I first started there, so I was quite little, the best dance teacher there was the owner. The owner was the original proper owner that the stage school was named after, not the one who took over and has been there many years. She probably would have been, but she only taught the older girls, and I did have her for a few lessons, or she popped in and whatever else, but she was very good. So yeah, that's the question. Is your best teachers the ones you got on with and enjoyed the lessons? Were they actually the best teachers? Or is that what makes a good teacher? Do you just like a teacher because you just like them? I wonder. Okay, let's look at another question and then we'll do the answer of the puzzle piece. Let me see. This is a funny question. Real names that really don't suit a baby. Best teacher, says Steve. Hard to say. Yeah, so real children, or real names of people, real people names like Dawn, real names, but don't suit a baby. Oh, what number's that now? What number's that now? Is that a billion now? 100 million? How many is that, Steve? I can't do all the notes. A lot. A lot. Oh dear. So real names, so not these weird names, real actual names that don't suit a baby. I wonder if you'll agree with me. Things like what I would call old generation names sometimes, like Bert. Can you imagine a little baby? Oh, his baby. Oh, he's a sweet little boy. What's his name? Bert. Bert. What else? So I'm going to say what I call old people names. Horace. Horace. Oh, look at little Horace. Horace. I was trying to think of a girl's name. Ethel. Don't be offended if these are your names, because you're not a baby now. Ethel. How can you go, oh, I'm going to call my baby Ethel? What names can you think of? Someone's just like, but I've just got a grandchild. I've got a new granddaughter and she's called Ethel. Oh, Steve says my grandmother is Ethel. What else? Other names. My dad's middle name was Ernest. Was my dad's middle name Ernest? That's very old-fashioned. No wonder part of his job was an accountant. Don't you think? That's his middle name, not his first name. But don't you think that's quite a old-fashioned Victorian accountant type name, Ernest? What else? Walter. Walter, says Steve. Walter, that's a good one. Walter. Oh, it's your middle name. Oh, I've learnt something about you today. It's your middle name. I didn't know that. Oh, I've learnt something. I don't have a middle name, so you'll never find that out because I don't have one. I don't have a middle name. Has that dropped out a bit now? Unless people want to put like their grandparents' sort of names in. Do many people still have middle names or not? Has that sort of died out a bit? Unless they have like a double barrel first name, like Mary Lou or something like that. I don't know. Anyone who's got grandchildren, have they got middle names? As I say, unless it's because they want to use sort of parents' names or grandparents' names, just to use their names. What else? Another name. Archibald. Archibald. Oh, look, Archibald. Archibald. I worked at nursery. There was a boy and he was Alfie. I mean, it was quite sweet because for some reason he was like 4, but he still had no hair. He was very skinny and he looked like a little old man. So it really suited him, actually. Alfie. Other names. I seem to be thinking more of men's names. Maybe there's more old-fashioned men names. Herbert. Herbert. Steve says, our son has 2 middle names of grandparents, but with so many forms to fill in, Emily didn't get a middle name. Is she cross about that her brother's got middle names, but she hasn't? I don't think I'd like it if my older sister had a middle name and I didn't, because some people like to switch their names round, and at certain ages they don't like one of their names, so they want to be known by their other name. Yes. Yeah, it's not like you've got a long surname, is it? You haven't got a long surname. I understand if you've got like a really long surname. And after all, they don't have Ethan and Emily. They're not particularly long names, are they? She can still pick a name. If you're not christened, you can add names and change names with no problem. I'm talking about English people because that's all I know. All I had to do was, if I wanted to change my name, all I would have had to have done was go, you have to put in proper newspapers, like a declaration that I hereby change my name to blah, blah, blah. And no one contends it. So if you're not christened, that is the law in England, that you can just change and go by another name as long as you declare it. I think there's not even a form to fill in. You have to do a date. Can't remember, but I know you can just change your name. There's no issue with that, no issue at all. Let's do the answer before we carry on to my puzzle piece of the day, and let's see if anyone got it, Steve. So the puzzle piece today was the Crayola Crayon Company. How many crayons do they produce or make per day? The answer is 12 million. 12 million. And the other interesting thing about that is the fact that they don't make every colour every day. They do 2 or 3 colours and mass produce 12 million of those a day. And then they are always creating new colours, mixing up the paint and creating new colours. And that has to be passed by the owner, and they have to name the colour. So that's very good. Yes, Steve's saying, I guess when you get married, you can add another name. Yes. You would think with equality these days that I know women don't have to take the man's name, but you would think, I never thought that was fair, that women have to pay to change all their names on everything. You don't just go into your bank and change that. You have to pay to change your name. So you get married and you have to pay to get a new passport, for example, because you're changing your name. And it just goes on and on and on. All the paperwork you have to do, that is not really fair. That is not fair. Okay, let's do another question. Let's see. Which 1 cent would you be happy to lose? So you've got 5 senses. So you've got smell, touch, taste, sight, and hearing. So which of those 10 senses, I can't speak now, which of those senses you've got to lose 1? Sight, definitely not for me. Hearing, Smell says Mike. Yeah, I would say that, sense of smell. That's probably the best one to lose. Steve says taste. That might stop me eating so much if I did enjoy it. It'd just be a case of eating for the sheer pleasure of it. Yeah, maybe taste would be a good thing. If you didn't go, maybe you wouldn't bother eating so much. Maybe that would be the good one. Mike says smell. That sounds more practical. Steve saying, I gave Tina the choice if she wanted to take my name. Would you be happy to put what Tina's name was, her surname? Yeah, so Steve says, I think taste and smell are close. Yes. I think overall smell. I don't need to smell things particularly. So I think I'd have to go with Mike on the end. No problem. Oh, cool. I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to see what her name was that she chose to change to Jewel. Or was that she changed just because she wanted to show she was married to you and that's your name? I took Mike's surname. Okay, let's do another question. Let's see. Tidy desk or busy desk? Tidy desk for me. Only for the fact that I want to finish all what's on my desk, get all put away, and I feel accomplished. I don't like all bits out all over the place. Mike's desk currently I would call busy desk. Mike's laughing. He's in the kitchen, he's laughing. Would you not say yours is busy desk? It's not tidy. It's got piles of stuff. Yeah. It's a massive desk. It is absolutely massive. I would say 2 times the size length of a desk. And it's very deep as well, very deep. Yeah, it's very big. So I've even got all my pens in my drawer in my desk. I don't like much out. I've got this with like pencil, pen, scissors, ruler. I've got, wait, I say that now, it's a bit messy, but I have like, I have this with like the safety pins, paper clips and that kind of thing in. It's kind of the little bits that I would use all the times there. I have my calendar hanging. I won't even have that down. I've got that hanging there. And that gives me room as well to do things like today I've laid out all what I want to do. So I have an empty desk. So I would say tidy desk for me. Steve says tradition for Tina to take the name, I think. About the desk, Steve saying, I don't like a mess, but I can't keep tidy. If there's a lot going on, if you saw, I bought, you can't see it now, but there's a drawer system here I got from the dump. And in the top drawer is the stuff you would leave on your desk, like, I need to do that. That's in the top drawer. So I've got a drawer of need to do. So that helps keep me tidy for sure. Okay, let's do one more question for today. Let me see. Uniforms or no uniforms in jobs? Well, obviously, there's certain jobs where you need overalls, or firemen need their protective gear. But I think we talk about things like other jobs where you don't have to be dressed a certain way. Uniform, says Steve. Now, I always thought school uniform was good. It stops trends. It stops those who can wear labels and fashion. I think school uniform is a good thing. I know at the time people don't want it. It also helps. I know it's hard to afford it in the first place, but it stops people showing off their clothes and their wealth, different clothes every day. Keeps things tidy. Yes, it does. And I think you're representing your company or your business. If you're an office worker, then I think a dress code is good. So a smart suit, or definitely in the colours. Maybe they should say like a grey suit or black suit. That would be quite nice. And I do agree with badges with like your name on if you're representing your company and your position. I think that's useful. There's a shop here, Jumbo, that I'm always talking about and always going to. It's one of the best shops here. It's got literally everything. And their workers, I'm not talking about on the till, although on the till they don't wear uniform either, but the ones who go and stock the shelves and that kind of thing, they wear normal clothes. And sometimes I want assistants and I can't see who works here and who doesn't work here. So that's like that's a problem there. But I think part of that, not that we have a problem really with shoplifting, but I think they're not dressed in a uniform so that it puts you off. Because as I say, if you're looking for help, you're like, where's a worker? So if you're a shoplifter, you're not really going to work out who's who unless they're physically putting things on the shelf. If they're just walking around from location to location to get something, you don't know if they work there or not. Keep things tidy, not like China Hunter Male. Oh, not like China. Yes, because they all have to wear the uniform, don't they? Oh dear. Yes. Okay, I think we're going to finish there today. Steve said everyone not wearing the same. Everyone not wearing the same. Yes, certainly debatable, that one. That's a good talking point. Okay, thanks Steve very much for being here. Much appreciated. Really nice to see you, and thank you for supporting my channel. And as I say, I'm going to finish there today. Thank you if you're watching later. I really appreciate you too. And until next time, as always, Meraki.